Good evening. This is Sonia Falayan, and welcome to my Thursday Night Live. Tonight, scheduled to speak with us tonight is Krissie McBride. She is an emergent science fiction writer who has a new book that's coming out, but I'm not getting her on the line this evening, so I'm just praying that all is well with her. And we will undoubtedly have to reschedule that talk for another time. So in the meantime, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Sonia Falayan, and this is my Instagram and Facebook page channel, Mind and Manna, and it's also my YouTube channel. And here, I talk about issues that center the voices of Black women 55 years of age and older who are wanting to improve their finances so that they can level up to a more intentional way of life that includes freedom, rest, more travel, and ease. And that's just very important for us to have lives that are less stressful but more fulfilling. And it's also important to me also because it allows me to help address the income gap and the wage gap in our communities. And I believe that if we are all healthy and whole, then we can all come together to solve the problems in our community. Also, we talk about things related to Mexico here, moving to Mexico, life adjustments, what it's like to live here. I hope to be able to answer questions that people may have if they're thinking about relocating or if they just want to take some time off to recenter themselves, recalibrate what's important to them, and get refueled and recharged. So our guest tonight has recently been to Mexico. She's been to a retreat here. And we were also going to talk about some of the strategies that she has thought about that will enable her to live the life that she wants to live. And one of them was writing and is writing science fiction books. So what I'm going to do now is just going to move on. One of the things I want to say is that it is we're well into mid-April now, moving into the third week of April, and I still have some laser coaching spots left. On those laser coaching sessions, you have a chance to experience in a abbreviated version what a coaching session with me is like. And I am focusing right now, this is Financial Literacy Month, and I'm focusing on 5 wealth building strategies that are easy to employ. And I also have a chance to talk with the women who are booking with me. We get a chance to talk about some of the issues that get in the way of our financial success. One being a financial limitation mindset, and the other has to do with guilt and shame. Sometimes it's generations of guilt and shame. We talk about some of the structural issues that are going on that have been barriers to us. And I give some suggestions on some places to start. And in that session, you do leave having set a goal that you're going to be accountable for. So you can go to my website at sfalayan.coachesconsole.com and set up a laser coaching session. I do them every quarter. So April is so I'm doing this quarter sessions. So there's no charge for them. We'll spend about 25 or 30 minutes talking together. And hopefully you'll get some insights that you can use and that will be of value to you. I also want to say that I, in that time allotted, I try my best to steer you to some helpful resources, podcasts, books that have been helpful that you can utilize so that you can get started on your financial journey. And then I also talk about some of the coaching programs that I have available. So the laser coaching sessions are on the book now. There are still a few left. Go to that website link and make your laser coaching appointment today. What else do I want to talk about this afternoon? I'm going to just keep this really, really short since our guest is not here. But I do want to talk a little bit about, I want to talk a little bit about the gender of money, um, and a concept called feminomics that one of my financial mentors has coined and positioned and trademarked feminomics. And feminomics is really talking about the gender of money and how it affects women differently than men. And in these next few minutes, I just want to share a few things to think about um, that may be helpful and insightful. Um, so I want to say that when we're talking about the concept of feminomics, this is a financial social work term and concept which begins to look holistically at the relationship that we have with our money and our finances. As a certified financial social worker, it is important for me to include the concept of our finance as part of our overall health and wellness. This is very, very important, and I think it's a shift in thinking. So not only do we need to go to the spa and get our massages, get our head right, meditate, breathe properly, eat properly, exercise, it's also important to think about our finances and the hygiene of our finances, because the finances fuel all the other aspects of our lives and can help determine the degree and the quality of life that we can have. So when we're talking about feminomics, we're talking about the gender of money and specifically in this case, how it affects women differently than men. I would remiss in not addressing the fact that since the pandemic, Black and brown women have disproportionately suffered as a result of so many of us being in frontline positions, essential worker positions, teachers, feminine roles, also being responsible for family, children, daycare, rising costs of everything, and more inflation. Um, uh, the after effects of the COVID pandemic are being felt very strongly in many of our communities, and we all know without much argument that the cost of food and housing has gone through the roof. So it just in generally, in general terms, it is still true that women earn less money than men. We often have the physical responsibility for our children. Of course, we know that's not always the case, but in many cases, and still in most cases, that is the case. We have unique healthcare problems and challenges to access for our health care. And Black women and brown women are often not listened to by the medical public. There are a lot of stereotypes. Um, Having come from a clinical background, it was not uncommon to hear physicians and nurses say that Black women feel fine or they don't need to have pain medication or their skin is thicker, all sorts of things that are socially constructed and systemic ideas and thoughts that create barriers for women in health and hygiene. We also know that women are often charged more for products and services. How many times are we told that we should have a man with us when we go to talk to someone about getting our car serviced or certain home repairs? Um, and it's not that women are generally ignorant, but many times people do want to take advantage if they don't sense that male presence. So women oftentimes pay more for products and services. Also, women are more disproportionately affected by financial literacy. Many parents, even today, still don't bring up their children in terms of their demanding that their daughters know something about finances. All too often, it's assumed that women are going to get married and there's going to be a man to take care of them. And a lot of the emphasis on business building and having high paying occupations in some homes as it is with male children. We also know that women live longer, and that there are gender specific obstacles resulting in how they are socialized, just as I had just said just now. The other thing is that additionally, this is really important. Over their lifetimes, women are out of the workforce more longer or longer than men and more often than men. We're in and out because we're taking care of our children, or we stopped to have a baby, or we have had a medical issue, or we don't have quality child care and someone has to make a decision not to work. Um, all of those, of course, every time we leave and re-enter the workplace or the business place, we have to start again and get caught up. Also, we're talking about the high cost of childcare. And it has been estimated that women, because of this coming in and out of the workforce, also because it's still expected that it's going to be the daughters and the daughters-in-law primarily who are going to take care of our elders. So it's been estimated that women lose approximately uh, $250 to $350,000 of income over the course of their lifetimes by uh, tending to caregiving duties and having to bounce in and out of the workplace for family reasons. Those are significant numbers. Um, we also know that women save less money than men, and the top financial goal of women is paying off debt. Why are women saving less than men? Because generally speaking, they're making less money than men are. Um, and again, if we're talking about single parent households or households where there's a disabled partner, again, the money has to go a lot farther. Um, we also know that men are socialized to think of money as prestige, and women are socialized to think of money in terms of security. So, given the fact that many women think in terms of money as being part of the security blanket, it means we may not take some of the calculated risks in terms of investing for a future that men might. And that's affected by the fact that when we look at stock market and mutual fund investments, women are more averse to risk and fearful of making investment mistakes. So, the one reason that women struggle with money is because our country is economically biased against women, and then there are also cultural barriers as well. So, the concept of feminomics and the gender of money uh, has several important messages, and I tend to ground a lot of my conversations from a feminomics perspective because I think it helps us to kind of get behind some of the issues, especially some of the emotional issues that prevent us from making some of the financial gains that we would like. Uh, One of the first concepts that I think is important is that women are not exclusively responsible for their financial problems, but we certainly take it on as if it is only us. We know that for all of us, that we hadn't made. Um, but because women do earn less money and because we're socialized not to think about it in certain ways, that can be and that often is a barrier to our learning and to our financial success. If we earn less and pay more for many things, that means that there's always going to be a disadvantage there. So looking at that and as a reality and making decisions and thinking about that holistically can help to change that. Another important message for women is that we are not alone in our money problems. It's important to know that when we have help and support, uh, when we get past a shame-based way of looking at things, we can make some changes in our finances, and we can gain confidence, financial confidence, overall confidence that we're able then to share with our other colleagues and friends, and as well as our children. So I just wanted to just share a few things like about that. I'm kind of went off script because of our the situation with our guest tonight. But I'm going to be talking more about feminomics in the days and weeks to come. I will be doing a Thursday night live, and I will also be doing on most Saturdays a Saturday morning a Saturday morning money talk as well. Saturday is the day that I devote to my financial health care, self care, and I encourage all of you who are watching to devote some time, spend some time with your money. It makes a big difference, and you'll see results. Don't forget to let me know if you're interested in setting up a laser coaching session. You can go to my website, sfalayon at sfalayon.coachesconsole.com. Um, you'll if you decide to work together, you have a private coaching portal that we'll work through for communication and security, safety and security and confidentiality. This is this there's no shame. This is not a shame-based game. Shame and the disappointment and the embarrassment that some of us have felt over the years about not making the financial progress we need to listen. It's important and it's possible. It's definitely a reality that we can change our financial situations and live the lives we want to live. So I just want to thank you for tuning in. If you have not uh, liked, subscribed, commented, or shared on my YouTube channel, Mind and Mana, Sonia Falai on Mind and Mana, please do so. I have a goal this summer of getting to 1,000 subscribers. I'm right at about 850 now. I think I've had a little erosion, but I've also had some new followers. So please hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you know when I go on live on Thursday nights. All right, I am going to try to end this stream now. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully, we can catch up with our sci-fi writer in the very near future. She's a great, great, great person, and she's got a great story to tell. So hopefully, we'll be able to rebook her the next time very soon. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. Bye bye.